As expected, House Republicans have voted to oust Minnesota Representative Ilhan Omar from her committee. The Minneapolis Democrat sits on the House Foreign Affairs Committee. Some Democrats call it political payback. The GOP says it's over her controversial comments about Israel, deemed anti-Semitic by lawmakers from both sides of the aisle.
Everybody's screaming, everyone's crying. So what's the occasion? Well, Congresswoman Omar got voted off the Foreign Affairs Committee.
All members voted. Does any member wish to change a vote? On this vote, the ayes are 218, the nays are 211, with one answering present. The resolution is adopted. The question is on adoption of the resolution. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those in favor say no. No. It's the opinion of the chair that the ayes have it and the resolution is agreed to. And without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid on the table.
Wow. Just wow. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Did you hear that? That, my friends, is the sound of the radical left having an absolute unhinged meltdown because they finally got a taste of their own medicine. House Republicans just did what should have been done years ago. They voted to boot Representative Ilhan Omar right off the Foreign Affairs Committee. And as you just saw, the squad is losing their collective minds. We've got screaming, we've got crying, we've got the usual everyone who disagrees with us is a racist theater. But here is the absolute truth that they don't want you to talk about. This isn't about race, and it isn't about religion. It's about accountability. We are going to watch this whole spectacle unfold, and then I'm going to break down exactly why this was the most justified firing in recent congressional history. Grab your popcorn, folks, because the hypocrisy you are about to see is off the charts. Let's roll the tape.
The House will be in order. For what purpose does the gentlewoman from South Carolina seek recognition?
Mr. Speaker, I rise to a question of the privileges of the House and offer the resolution that was previously noticed.
The clerk will report the resolution.
House Resolution 713, whereas Charlie Kirk was a lifelong advocate for freedom of speech, civil political discourse, and the political engagement of youth, whereas Charlie Kirk was a man of deep faith, a husband, and a father of 2 young children, whereas on September 10, 2025, Charlie Kirk was assassinated on the campus of Utah Valley University while exercising his First Amendment right to freedom of speech. Whereas on September 11, 2025, one day after the assassination of Charlie Kirk, Representative Ilhan Omar gave an interview on a Zateo town hall with Mahdi Hassan in which she smeared Charlie Kirk and implied he was to blame for his own murder. Whereas on September 12, 2025, 2 days after the assassination of Charlie Kirk, Representative Ilhan Omar reposted a video on X, formerly known as Twitter, which disparaged the character of Charlie Kirk and those mourning his death. Whereas the video Representative Ilhan Omar reposted on X states, Charlie Kirk is dead, and before the body got cold, the far right propped his corpse up as a cardinal for their holy war. Whereas the video Representative Ilhan Omar reposted on X further states Charlie Kirk was Dr. Frankenstein and his monster shot him through the neck. Whereas the video Representative Ilhan Omar reposted on X further blames Charlie Kirk for his own murder. Whereas Clause 1 of Rule 23 of the Rules of the House of Representatives provides a member, delegate, resident commissioner, officer, or employee of the House shall behave at all times in a manner that shall reflect credibly on the House. And whereas Representative Ilhan Omar's actions in the wake of the assassination of Charlie Kirk are reprehensible and affect the dignity and integrity of the proceedings of the House and do not reflect credibly on the House, now therefore be it resolved that 1. Representative Ilhan Omar of Minnesota be censured. 2. Representative Ilhan Omar forthwith present herself in the well of the House of Representatives for the pronouncement of censure. 3. Representative Ilhan Omar be censured with the public reading of this resolution by the Speaker. And 4. Representative Ilhan Omar be and is hereby removed from the Committee on Education and Workforce and the Committee on the Budget of the House.
The resolution qualifies. For what purpose does the gentlewoman from Massachusetts seek recognition?
I have a motion at the desk,
The
Mr.
clerk will
Speaker.
report the motion.
Ms. Clark of Massachusetts moves to lay the resolution on the table.
The question is on the motion offered by the gentlewoman from Massachusetts. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. No. In the opinion of the chair, the noes have it.
Mr. Speaker, I request a call of the yeas and nays.
The yeas and nays are requested. Those favoring a vote by the yeas and nays will rise. A sufficient number having risen, the yeas and nays are ordered. Members will record their votes by an electronic device. This is a 5-minute vote.
And voice will not be diminished if I am not on this committee for one term. My voice will get louder and stronger, and my leadership will be celebrated around the world as it has been.
Today's resolution, as it relates to Representative Omar, details 6 statements she made as a sitting member of Congress that under the totality of the circumstances disqualify her from serving on the Committee on Foreign Affairs.
Resolution 9, on which the ayes and nays.
Don't tell me this is about consistency. Don't tell me that this is about a condemnation of anti-Semitic remarks when you have a member of the Republican caucus who has talked about Jewish space lasers and an entire amount of tropes and also elevated her to some of the highest committee assignments in this body. This is about targeting women of color in the United States of America. Don't tell me, because I didn't get a single apology when my life was threatened.
The representative can say whatever the heck she wants, but we don't have to accept it or embrace it. Individuals who hold such hateful views should rightly be barred from that type of committee.
This institution is better because of her leadership, and the Foreign Affairs Committee benefits from her perspective. So let's talk about what's really happening. Republicans are waging a blatantly Islamophobic and racist attack on Congresswoman Omar. And I've said it before, I will say it again. The white supremacy happening is unbelievable. This is despicable.
We're not removing her from other committees. We just do not believe when it comes to foreign affairs, especially the responsibility of that position around the world with the comments that you make.
All right, where do we even begin with this absolute circus? Let's start with the sheer blinding hypocrisy of the Democrats acting like the sky is falling. Did you see AOC waving her arms around? Did you see Rashida Tlaib literally in tears? They are standing up there screaming about democracy and fairness, acting like Republicans just committed some unprecedented crime against humanity. Are we taking crazy pills? Do they think the American people have amnesia? Let me remind you of a little history. Just a couple of years ago, under Nancy Pelosi, the Democrats literally created this rule. They weaponized committee assignments and stripped Republicans, like Marjorie Taylor Greene and Paul Gosar, off their committees because they didn't like what they tweeted. Republicans warned them. They said, if you normalize this, if you open Pandora's box, it is going to come back around. Well, knock knock, consequences are at the front door. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Cry me a river. But let's get to the real issue here, the protagonist of this little drama. Ilhan Omar. Listen to me very carefully. Ilhan Omar has absolutely zero business being anywhere near the Foreign Affairs Committee. This is the committee that deals with our national security, our global partnerships, and our most vital ally in the Middle East, Israel. And what is her track record? Let's pull the receipts because they are disgusting. This is a sitting U.S. Congresswoman who equated the United States military and Israel to Hamas and the Taliban, terrorist organizations. She put us on the same level as actual terrorists. This is a woman who, when talking about the deadliest terrorist attack on American soil, September 11th, where thousands of innocent Americans were slaughtered, she casually brushed it off and said, "Some people did something." Some people did something. My blood still boils just thinking about that clip. It is a slap in the face to every first responder, every victim, and every family member who lost someone that day. And let's not forget her blatant anti-Semitism, tweeting that American support for Israel is all about the Benjamins, implying that Jewish Americans are just buying off politicians. Even her own party had to draft a resolution condemning anti-Semitism because of her. When your own party has to issue a statement basically saying, "Hey, please stop being so bigoted," maybe you shouldn't be the face of American foreign policy. And did you catch that clip of her sitting in an interview calling Americans idiots? She sits there looking down her nose at everyday, hardworking people, calling us stupid. This is what drives me absolutely insane. Ilhan Omar came to this country as a refugee from Somalia. The United States of America, the most generous, exceptional nation on the face of the earth, took her in, clothed her, fed her, gave her an education, and literally elevated her to the highest halls of power. She is living the ultimate American dream. And how does she repay this country? By trashing it every single chance she gets, by calling us evil, wicked, and systemically racist. I honestly have to agree with Senator Rand Paul and Donald Trump on this one. If America is so horrible, if we are this deeply evil, oppressive nation, why are you here? Go spend a month in Somalia without your taxpayer-funded congressional security detail. Go to a country with no capitalism, no constitution, and no freedom of speech, and then come back and tell me how terrible America is. Notice how Kevin McCarthy made it very clear. He didn't kick her out of Congress. He didn't even kick her off all of her committees. They just said, hey, maybe the person who hates America and constantly spouts anti-Semitic tropes shouldn't be making our foreign policy. That is just common sense. But to the radical left, common sense is offensive. They can't defend her actual words. They can't defend the "some people did something" quote. They can't defend the "all about the Benjamins" tweet. So what do? They play the victim card. They pull out the buzzwords racist, fascist, white supremacist, Islamophobic. It's a tired, predictable playbook, and frankly, everyday Americans are waking up to it. We are sick and tired of being lectured by people who despise the very country that gave them everything. Today was a massive win for accountability. It was a win for common sense, and it was a win for everyone who unapologetically loves the United States of America. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Am I off base here, or was this long overdue? Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe if you love the truth, and share this video because you know the mainstream media is going to spin this into a victim story for the squad. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.